Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the project kickoff of Oxlumo. I'm Gargi Kasture, your project manager, and today we have Camille and Shajing with us, who are the project team. In this project kickoff, we are going to cover the following topics: an introduction about Oxlumo, which will be given by me, the company and project overview, which will be given by Camille, a project scope and timeline, which will be again given by me, and then project budget, resources, roles, and responsibilities will be covered by Shah Sheng, and the communication plan will be covered by me. So a quick introduction. This is very exciting news. Oxlumo has an IND approved. A big kudos to all of the research people who worked endlessly to get this approved. Now we have gotten the go-ahead to start clinical trial phase 1. And I wanted to quickly give an introduction to how the drug actually works. So Oxlumo, its indication is to lower urinary oxalate levels with adults in adults with primary hyperoxaluria type 1. And the way it works is it binds to the ASGPR receptors in the hepatocytes and lowers the LDH via the LDH messenger, the degradation of the messenger RNA in the hepatocytes, which is present in the liver. So our drug majorly only goes to the liver. With that, I wanted to give it to Camille.
Thank you, Gargi. So I'll introduce you the company. So the company is Pharmaceutical Inc. It is a global healthcare company with a focus on diabetes care. So the company was founded, in Denmark in 1923, and it has become to be a leader manufacturer of diabetes care medications and devices. So the company is renowned for its commitment to innovation in diabetes treatment, offering a wide range of insulin products to patients for them to manage their condition effectively. It also invests heavily in research and development to continually improve its products and develop new therapies. So the company is very worldwide as it operates in more than 170 countries, serving millions of patients. And the company is very committed to sustainability and corporate social responsibility with a big aim to make a positive impact on both the environment and society. So overall, Pharmaceutical Inc. is recognized as a leader in diabetes care and continues to play a significant role in improving the lives of people living with chronic diseases around the world. And now moving on to the project overview. So the project is about clinical trial phase 1 on the new drug oxlumo. So this project is a study on normally healthy volunteers as well as patients with PH1, which is a genetic disorder, as mentioned earlier by Gargi, on patients who have too much oxalate. And this can cause kidney damages such as kidney failures and kidney stones. So the purpose of this project is to produce a drug that will treat this condition. The project is about trial phase 1. So this phase of development aims to evaluate the safety, tolerance, and effectiveness of the treatment. So the trial involves recruiting a select numbers of participants who've been diagnosed with primary hyperoxaluria. And throughout the trial, researchers will closely monitor participants to evaluate how well the medication works and to identify any potential side effects. So the goals and objectives of the clinical trial project on the new drug Oxlumo for the phase 1 of trials are to assess safety, determine tolerance, evaluate effectiveness, establish the appropriate dosage, recruit participants, monitor participants, and gather data. All of these will be used to inform future research and development efforts to provide an effective treatment for patients with PH1. And now I will let Cardi talk about the scope and timeline of our project.
Thanks, Camille. So the scope of our project, I think Camille covered most of it, is to establish safety. So first and foremost, we establish safety in healthy volunteers. Once safety has been established, we go into PH1 patients. The reason why we do this in sort of two parts is because our drug has never been given to a human being before, so we want to ensure that it is safe before we give it to any people with actual disease. So it is a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, so no one knows who's getting what. This is done to ensure that we don't get skewed results. The start date of the study is the 27th of May, which is coming up in just a couple months, and the expected completion is in February of 2025. Our target enrollment is about 43 individuals. On your right here, I wanted to quickly go through the actual timeline. This is pretty rough, and as we all know, phase 1 clinical trials do tend to change a lot, so this will be a continuously evolved timeline. So for now, the expected timeline is we start in the study initiation starts in May 2024, which is the part 1, where we enroll 10 healthy volunteers. We expect this to take about a month, and in June we will have our first in-human dose, which is very exciting. And this will go on until August of 2024, where we'll be collecting all of the data from the healthy volunteers, and then we will have a safety data review that will basically give us a heads up of if there are any safety concerns, and if not, then we can move ahead with study initiation part 2, which would also take place in late August. In this, we will be enrolling 30 PH1 patients, and once we have all of them enrolled in about October. The reason why it's going to take a little bit longer is because this is a rare disease. So we expect to have enrollment until October, and that's when we will start dosing. So 15 patients will get Oxlumo, 15 patients will get the placebo, and we'll be collecting histopathology biomarkers, PK and PD data. And in January of 2025, we'll have the INLIGHT study completed. Once that is done, from January to February, we will do a data review and dose determination, barring any complications. Moving on to the budget, I want to give it over to Xiaozheng.
Oh, thank you. So the total budget of our study will be around $6 million, and the budget will consist of 4 parts, including personnel cost, facility cost, regulatory cost, and other costs and expenses. The biggest portion of the budget will come from the facility cost. We estimate to be around $2 to $2.5 million. And it will include fees for setting up clinical trial sites related to test equipment, drug production procedure, and all other costs related with the facility maintenance. And the second part will be the personnel cost. It will be estimated around $1.5 million to $2 million, and it will consist of 2 parts. The first part will be the salary to our team members, and the second part will be the compensation for our study patients, like the patient screening, patient rescreening, patient enrollment, and all other medical testing. And the third budget will be related to the regulatory cost, and it's estimated around $500,000, which will include the fees related to developing all legal documentations and related to all documents of the submission and final approvals of the study drug. And the last part will be other costs and expenses, for example, like the travel cost, advertisement cost, and maybe the population cost at the ending phase if the study goes on well. And it will be around half to $1 million, depending on the actual outcome of the study. And next, let's meet our team members. Team members will have Gargi, the project manager. She will oversee the whole study process. And Camille and I will be the project coordinator, and we will provide administration in the project management process. And then will be Dr. Shirley. Dr. Shirley is our principal investigator. He will be the responsible for designing and conducting the whole study, analyzing the study results, and making all medical decisions. And then will be Jenny. Jenny is our clinical research coordinator. She will be responsible for coordinating all clinical operations. For example, she will help with setting up the study sites, help with recruiting study patients, obtaining informed consent from our patients, scheduling or test visits, and she will be the liaison between the principal investigator and our external researchers, like researchers working in the hospital or external clinicals. And then will be Dr. Avery. Dr. Avery is our supply chain manager for the study drug production process. And he will make sure that we have enough drugs and materials for our study. And then Taylor is our regulatory specialist. She will handle all legal documents, such as the contracts, informed consent documents, and all submission documentations. Taylor will also provide legal advice on study design, so that we can make sure that our study complies with the FDA regulations. And then Lexi and Dr. Adam will work on the data management process. Lexi is our data manager. She will handling all the data collection process and make sure that our data are collected correctly, and she will report any data issues. And then Dr. Adam will perform the statistical programming, make the data visualization, the interpreting all statistical results, and decide if our drug has any significant effect. Yeah, that's our team members.
Thank you for that. Next, I want to quickly go over the communication plan. So this is based off of meetings that we will be having in the future. So currently we are in the kickoff meeting, so I'm going to skip that part. But moving forward, we'll be having a project team meeting, which will be to provide status updates, timeline reviews, and data sharing once we do start having data. This meeting will be in person, but a link will be shared for anyone who can't make it in person. The frequency for this meeting is weekly, and the audience would be all of the scientists and SMEs and the project management team, of course. Next up, we have check-ins. If there are any urgent updates or sample shipment updates, these can be done ad hoc via email, or if there's anything super urgent, Teams is a great way to reach any of the team members. Project planning, I want to have this meeting monthly, and we can change the frequency based off of where the project is headed. This would be to mainly troubleshoot and discuss any issues we're having with shipment, CROs, timeline building, as well as milestone updates would also be present at the project planning meetings. Since this is pretty much an agile project where things keep changing based off of data that we do receive. So we will be doing a little bit of timeline building over and over again. So these are the kind of meetings that we will be looking forward to. And I want to direct everyone's attention to the team site. Everyone present in this meeting and who will be helping with the project is already added to the Teams channel. Under this, I welcome you all to go through it, poke around a little bit, figure out your footing in this, because we do have a bunch of tabs and I've started populating everything in there, but the tasks tab, the deliverables tab will have most important and prioritized tasks in there with their deadlines. And we also have a files tab where all of the protocols, reviews, everything will be stored. All of the files will be stored in there. So I really encourage everyone to have timely updates of all of the documents be uploaded onto the files tab. This will improve communication moving forward. with that, I want to go through some of the next steps that we will be doing for this project. The next would be, first and foremost, we need to have a drug to be able to give it to humans. So the drug production, handling, transport, and storage is our next priority at for the phase 1 clinical trial, and we need to enroll the study with clinicaltrials.gov, which our regulatory team will be doing, and study initiation, which is enrollment of healthy individuals. So looking forward to a great project. Thank you everyone for joining this meeting, and please keep an eye out for further communication steps. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.